Hello and welcome back to another episode of Transport Fever 2. In this episode, we're gonna start to dive into something we haven't really looked at yet, and that's going to be planes. We haven't really done anything with them quite yet because the ones that you initially unlock are really small capacity and don't really go that quick. And I still don't know what kind of planes we have unlocked in our current year, 1946, but I know we've had them for a few years, so the planes we have now are probably going to be reasonable to use for transportation. Now this map is very mountainous, so there's not really any spots that we can efficiently place airports. Also, just with how the map is, using planes is best for long distance, so we'll probably locate them near the four corners and then maybe one of these cities in the middle. I'm not too sure yet, but in this episode we'll start by placing them in sort of the corner cities of each map so we can start transporting more passengers. Because as we can see in Akron, there's a clear desire for passenger traffic. So let's get started by placing down one of these passenger airfields. And if we could locate it somewhere where it's relatively flat and the orientation makes sense. Let's see if we can get it over here. So it looks like we could probably place it somewhere over here without doing too much damage to the landscape. So we'll place that down like that. We can come in and we'll smooth some of this terrain just so we don't have these huge hills that get carved out from this, just to help it look a little bit more natural. There we go. Now we can start placing some roads, and we'll want one that goes right across the front like that, so we can also have a bus stop up here, and then we can attach it to this road and maybe all the way down here. So we'll also want to upgrade the roads coming out here, since these will probably be used a lot by our buses. So yeah, we'll definitely want to upgrade a couple of these roads. And now we can place the bus station right across the street here. Now to get all the way out here, I think we're gonna wanna link up to maybe another bus station near the middle of town. That'll be close to this train station and a part of this bus loop that we have going on, just so that there's a direct line that comes out to the airport and it's not too much of a detour for our buses. So let's pause, come in here and delete this station, and then rebuild it as a stop. We'll rebuild it right here at this intersection, just so we don't create so many unnecessary intersections. So the station that was previously here automatically transferred here, as we can see by this overview tab. And I believe it is still connected to the train station, so all the train traffic and this bus station are connected. And what we can do now is find a road depot, pick out some buses. Let's go with 10 buses, because we'll probably have a lot of passenger traffic coming up here. And this will be our Akron Airport line. There we go. So if we can find that road depot, just make sure the buses are coming out, which they are. We should upgrade some of the roads that come out here, because these ones that don't have the lines on them only have a speed limit of 19 miles an hour, and our buses can go up to 31, I believe. So we'll want to make sure that they're driving on the fastest roads that they can. So that's Akron set up with an airport. And now we can travel all the way to the other side of the map, to Knoxville. And so there's already sort of a perfect area for an airport right here. We just have to delete that road and hopefully just plop in airport. I think I have to delete that road. And this road all the way up here. Yeah, that'll work. So we can just place this right outside of town. And it doesn't really affect the land much. This area is already pretty flat. So now we'll do the same thing out here. Add the bus station. Find one of our busier bus stops, which is probably this one. We'll come in and replace it. We'll put it right in the middle between these two intersections. That does remove a lot of buildings, but I don't want to congest these streets too much. We can look and see that that's working. And now if we find the road depot, I forget which road depot we used for Knoxville. I think it's this one. We can come out here and add another 10 buses to the airport line. Alright, so now that we have 2 airports set up, we can buy some planes. So we're going to come in here, click passenger planes, and I think our best passenger plane right now is this Douglas DC-4. It's got pretty decent stats. It can carry a pretty decent amount of passengers for this time, with 15 passengers. And because it's such a long distance, we'll want fairly regular traffic coming in here since the capacity is a little low. So let's go with I think we'll go with 7 planes. I don't think that'll be too terrible. To Knoxville Airport, all the way up to the Akron Airport. So now here we can see all of our aircraft coming out, and this one's already heading out to Akron, and we can watch it take off real quick. And now there it goes. That'll be on its way all the way over to Akron. And so now we'll just wait for those to go around and see what kind of demand they end up getting with passengers, as they might not get too much demand right away, but maybe once the line is established, people will sort of recognize it as a good form of transportation. So now I'm going to go through and do the same thing to Arlington. There's a pretty big patch here we could probably place an airport. And all the way over here in Brownsville, which we also have another very open patch here for an airport. And I'll be back once we get those up and running. Alright, so I've gone through and placed airports in the other 2 cities. We can come over to them real quick. Out here in Arlington, and all the way over here in Brownsville. Hopefully these planes will start to space themselves out more so we get a more consistent flow of traffic. But up here in Akron, we already have some passengers building up, and I think we should be getting a plane in soon, so hopefully we'll be able to see how much money we can get from a almost full flight. Actually, I found our first plane coming into Akron, and it is full, so we can come into the Finances tab and see how much money it brings in from one full trip. So here it comes, getting ready to drop off the passengers. And let's see. So that made us $1 million in just one full load for this plane. So I think once we can get it doing that consistently, these will start to make us a lot of money. I think we just sort of need to set up the infrastructure around it to support that. Anyway, that's pretty much going to be it for this episode. We set up airports, and we've seen how profitable they can be. So in the next episode, we'll move on from there and see what we can do with some other passenger options. So if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. If you have any feedback or suggestions, leave a comment below. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.